All right, let's talk about prediction for the Lions taking on Chicago Bears this weekend. And where goes the Tribe Judah at? He was popping off a lot of stuff a couple years ago. I guess he didn't, voila, magic, disappeared. But hey, shout out to One Pride Nation. Let's get to it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. All my social media links in the description. If you ever need to reach out for a video request or question, or you want to advertise your business on the channel, Twitter link there, Facebook, Instagram, also Sportscastr. You can check me out there, create an account, it's free, and watch all the live streams that I do in the world there. So shout out to Sportscastr, great platform. So let's get to it. Check out our Lion prediction playlist and our Detroit Lions talk playlist. If you did miss it yesterday, we did a Piston live stream, and the day before that we did a Lions live stream. So check out the Piston one-on-one playlist and check out Detroit Lions talk playlist. But yeah, obviously Trubisky back starting. I think Nick Foles is injured. Not sure if he's gonna be back this week or not. Trubisky's like undefeated, and if Trubisky, could play the Lions every game of his career, he'd be a Super Bowl champion year in and year out. But we no longer have Matt Patricia, so I think you should see a little bit of a different defenses being played out there for the Lions this week. Offensively, I'm not sure what Darrell Bevell can do. Is he still going to be the coordinator and be the head coach, or he going to pass that off to one of his offensive coaches, the quarterback coach, whatever the situation may be. But interesting game here. The Bears, I think, they lost 5 straight. This got whooped on by Big Daddy Aaron Rodgers for them. He their daddy. He owned them. And Chicago is just one of those teams that I truly hate. Right there with Green Bay after what happened last year, and with the Dallas Coon Boys. All right, yeah, we the Dallas Coon Boys. We ain't gonna sign that. Can't stand them neither. But obviously, if we win one more game, this the game I hope we do win. Chicago still got a really good defense, but it's not what it was a couple years ago. Not being able to stop the run like they used to, I think, is the biggest difference. I think they're good on the secondary, good in the second level in the linebackers. It's just that they can't stop the run. And some of my Chicago Bear friends, we beat y'all. Man, we all won because of a drop pass, and y'all won because we just had a coach that just can't hold no leads, and that's just what it boiled down to. But you look at Chicago, their biggest mistake was not taking Mahomes or Deshaun Watson with that pick and taking Mitchell Trubisky. And they paying for it, just like the Jacksonville Jaguars we spoke of. They're a team that had everything in place. They drafted well, Jalen Ramsey, Miles Jack, Leonard Fournette. I mean, they got the veterans to come, Malik Jackson, Calais Campbell, Gibson, AJ Boye. They had good receivers, Hearns, Robinson. Still had Mercedes Lewis there at the time. And their number one issue was, not hitting on the quarterback, drafting Blake Bortles, and, it didn't go well. And then the next quarterback they went was Johnny Manziel. So, really wasn't a great first round for quarterbacks, but, that's their mistake, and Chicago gonna have to live with it. You got Khalil Mack, and, the quarterback is holding them back. So, when I look at Chicago, they just a team that's just, twirling, that's just down spiraling. They preparing for the draft just like us. They got one more win than we do. We easily could have won that game, but we didn't. We got to give them credit for coming back and winning. Trubisky tearing up the man coverage down the stretch. And we look at Chicago this game, man. I think they don't have no confidence. I think we could be looked at as a confidence builder for Chicago. So, it really don't matter if we win or lose this game. We're really trying to get in the draft position. If we win it, then Chicago might be able to get ahead of us and get a quarterback. So, who really knows? But, look at Chicago. Their number one thing is Matt Nagy just refused to run the ball. He probably going to be out there this year. They got to run the ball. When you play us, no Danny Shelton, bringing in Kevin Strong to replace him. Deshaun Hand hasn't done nothing. They come in and play us. They legitimately and religiously got to run that football. And then also, you got to play Trubisky because he has a lot of success versus the Lions. He knows what the Lions going to do defensively, but it may be a little bit different. You might have more power over the defense. You may see more blitzes. You may see more man coverage. Less man coverage, more zone coverage. And also, for them defensively, probably no Galladay again this week. Then that means that, Khalil Mack is going to be able to pin his ears back. They got Robert Quinn. He absolutely has done nothing for them. And they got rid of the other boy. I wasn't Leonard Floyd, whatever it was, whichever one it was. I don't think it was Roquan, maybe Roquan Swift, one of them. He went to LA and he's doing pretty good there. So they got Robert Quinn, which I didn't think much of. His 10 or 11 or 10 sacks he got with Dallas last year, I just didn't really feel them like they was 10 or 11 sacks. So, they're a team that's just losing confidence, and they're a team that's just really, down spiraling and really quitting on Matt Nagy. We thought David Montgomery was going to be a really good piece for them. They don't utilize him. Tyreek Cohen, I think, blew his knee out and just got a contract, too. I think he blew his knee out versus us or a few games after it. So, Chicago ain't really a threat. Very winnable game. But you look at us, man, what we got to do is, if Swift there, a lot of Swift. I know he's going to be looking to redeem himself and probably do a little bit too much since dropping that ball to win the game. So if he do come back, he can't just do too much. He got to be able to, he got to be able to do, just what he asked to do. Run the ball, catch the ball. And don't forget, he dropped that same ball versus Minnesota for a touchdown too. So that's kind of something. Running that 7 route to the pylon is something that he kind of struggling with and catching. So, I mean, a lot of Swift this weekend. If we got Galladay, we'll see what he can provide. But offensively, we struggling without Galladay, without finding a way to get Hockenson the ball. We are Hunter Henry. We still ain't been able to get Jesse James the ball. Carryon ain't been running well. Peterson kind of slowing down. Marvin Hall not as electric as we thought he would be in this offense. Marvin Jones is slowing down. So offensively, there will be a challenge, and we will see if Matt Patricia was holding Darrell Bevel back in any way. Defensively, I mean, Kentana Trubisky's been a problem. He's been accurate. He's been looking like a top 3 thrower of the football when he plays the Lions. So you go out there, you're going to see a lot of Jeff Okudah, Lil Robert, some Coleman, maybe Mike Ford healthy, maybe not. But to be honest, we're going to see what Uland can draw up. Yeah, Jim Schwartz did a good job in Philly, masking that terrible secondary. So we'll see what he do with Walker, Harmon, and what he do with some of those guys. No Trey Flowers, he out with some type of arm injury or whatever it is. So should be interesting to see what they draw. But if you're looking at what Chicago got to do this weekend, I think Chicago run the ball, play action, let Trubisky make those throws down the field. Do what you did the first time. Get Cordell Patterson involved in the passing game and the running game. And really, Allen Robinson has been terrific this year, but you can't really tell they didn't pay him. But he's been terrific this year, and I think he got a good matchup on anybody but Aurier. So pretty much for them, it's run the ball some more, play action with Trubisky, maybe, call some design runs for Trubisky, some option, move the pocket, some bootlegs, and, get him on the move and play action where he can make accurate throws. And a lot of David Montgomery. I think they struggled without Tyreek Cohen and Taylor Gabriel this year. I think Anthony Miller and Allen Robinson are fantastic. It's just that the quarterback play doesn't really prove that. And that's another guy that abused us once Justin Coleman went out last time. And that was Anthony Miller taking advantage of whoever came in to play the slot after Coleman went out. But last time Coleman was able, to keep him in check last time. So I think it might be a good chance that Coleman could do another good job on Miller. Aurier can do a good job on Allen Robinson. So then again, Trubisky didn't start having success till Trufant and Coleman went out. So, the game was definitely different there. So you can kind of give Matt Patricia a little bit of leeway there because he didn't have a lot of great success after those guys went out. Then he reverted back to playing a lot of man coverage. And Trubisky admitted to it, and he ate it up, especially without Coleman and without Trufant being there. So that's something else to look at as well, too. But moving forward, I mean, defensively for them, I think I put a lot of pressure on Stafford. And, pretty much you ain't got to double nobody. They don't know how to get the ball to Hockenson. You ain't got to worry about Jones running by nobody. Guy you got to worry about is Hall and Swift. If Swift play coming out the backfield and making some catches. So he had some success catching the ball last time. I think he got even in the end zone against Chicago last time. Swift is the key, and Marvin Hall speed down the field. But I don't really think the offense is going to have much for the Bears this week. So it should be interesting. And don't forget, it's probably going to be cold out in Chicago too. And Stafford, he had some success in the cold with Chicago. Got knocked out the game a couple of times, too, early in his career. But, Chicago, talented football team. Jay biggest flaws is, they ain't been able to fix since they lost Spence in the middle, or whatever his name was. They ain't really been able to stop the run, and that's been the biggest difference defensively. And offensively, they don't have a quarterback to throw the football. Or the offensive line to protect Nick Foles so he can have the time to throw the football. And that's pretty much what it boiled down for Chicago. And while Chicago, early success was fool's gold. They beat a lot of teams they shouldn't have. They beat Atlanta, came back. It was one of the 50,000 teams to come back versus Atlanta. So, in my opinion, Chicago, they just missing 3 important things. The coach is garbage. They have no run defense, no guy in the middle that can stop the run. And the quarterback position, if they can fix those 3 things next year, Chicago can easily come back and win a division and come back and they can beat their big daddy Aaron Rodgers finally. But that's just what it is for Chicago. They've historically, in my lifetime, or going back to the 85 Bears, they historically had shitty quarterbacks. Chicago need to find a franchise quarterback. They thought they had one in Jay Cutler, and Jay Cutler was a phenomenal quarterback. He just lacked the will to want to win. He just didn't care. He had too much of a laid-back mentality. They could have went to the Super Bowl with him, but he was on the bike riding it. They had a good defense that year. Chicago just got to find that quarterback that Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Mahomes They could have had Mahomes and Watson that could really take the franchise and put them on his back. So, you know, they had good defense. Just in this era, the way they call the game, you got to have a quarterback. And that's just exactly what it is. But for the Lions to win this game defensively, it's really about getting after Trubisky, pressuring them, blitzing them, exploiting that offensive line, stunning, you know, and just bringing guys off the edge, gap contain, not let him break contain. And, you know, quite frankly, I want to get after Trubisky. You know, give him no time to think. That offensive line been bad. Let's do 5 guys. Blitz 5. Let's blitz 6. Let's stunt. Let's do some things. Wrap some guys around. Confuse that offensive line and put them in a position where they gotta throw the football. You know, and Trubisky can throw you some picks. So, you know, that's what I would do. Blitz them, pressure them. You know, lead those guys one-on-one on the outside and trust Ferrari and Colbin on the inside. Take those guys away. You know, and make Trubisky throw passes under pressure. But that's what I would do. The run game is not even going to be existence because they don't like running the ball consistently. And then offensively, I just think, you know, find a way to get the ball to haul down the field, find a way to get Swift involved, and, you know, that's it. And find a way to get Hawkinson involved. You got another great matchup. And those 3 guys you got to get involved offensively for the Lions to be successful. And I think if they find a way to get those guys the ball, they can be successful. And I'm going on a limb. The Lions is going to redeem themselves. They're going to beat the Bears 20-17. They're going to go to Soldier Field and beat the Bears and redeem themselves for week 1. I think guys going to pretty much be on the high horse and play hard for Darrell Bevel. I think Corey Ewing is going to unleash a defense that Matt Patricia stopped them from releasing. I think they're going to beat the Bears 20-17 on a late Prater field goal. And we'll see what happens. Trubisky, Nick Foles, Megatron, Decepticon, whoever back there, we go get the job done. And it's going to be one of the games that they do win. So, let me know what you guys think. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Once again, all my links in the description. If you ever want to advertise your business on the channel, I got some good rates. You want to hit me up for a video request or just chop it up. Twitter's the fastest way. Also, if you want to make a donation to the channel, Cash App CJ Good 313. That's in the description. PayPal link in the description. Best way to donate is share the video, hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. We gone.